Yo, if you're watching this, smoking, drinking, whatever, take a little toke right now. Take a little shot or whatever. Take a little sip of whatever you're drinking. Go ahead, do that right now with us, all right? Go ahead.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be the intro right out the gate. Boom.
Y'all have heard of the sing-along. This is the smoke and drink along. Dude.
This ain't no fucking sing-along.
Unless you.
It's a smoke and a drink along. Damn.
Oh, yeah, man.
All right, boys. It's officially episode 37 of the Within Range podcast with your boys Dom Juan, Snoop Beastwood, and the ear guy himself. Well, boys, I would like to say that every day is a Friday, but today really is Friday.
Hey, real talk. Every day is a Friday, baby.
Some days it's a little more true. Some days it's just in our hearts. Some days it's on the calendar.
It's a
you know?
mentality,
Some days
yeah?
it's wall official.
Most of the time, it's a mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
One time of the week, it's a reality, you know?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I like that. That's a bar.
Jamie, write that down.
Oh,
No.
Okay, first off, I don't think we've ever gotten that short of an intro for Drew drops a fucking bomb already. This is already going crazy, boys. Yeah. All right, so today is Friday. I'm also going to go out there and say that we have an up-and-coming legend in the building. He may be a legend to some people already.
100%. Absolutely.
We've been learning about him.
Absolutely. He says who? Who?
Yeah. I'm also going to go on to say that I think at some point this man could be the go-to engineer in the state of Arizona. Okay.
On that highway.
Thank you.
I mean,
at the very least.
he's on the way.
World to me, yo.
If he isn't already, right? But engineer, artist, businessman, connector, creator, the tags could go on. We've been waiting for this episode. And I also hope nobody's pissed at us for taking this man away from the studio tonight. We apologize, but it was necessary.
We had to do it. It was a
There's
necessary
about
evil.
There's about 5 people right now pissed.
Really?
We caught
Gotta
him
do
money.
what I gotta do, man, you know?
Call that a little doozy traffic
It's
jam.
for the
you know?
culture, baby. It's for the culture, you know?
The client's backup, dude. You can't have that client
Back 'em
traffic.
up for a day. Now I gotta work on Sunday. I don't work Sundays. Now I gotta work Sunday.
Man, we're making this man work.
It's all good, though. I had today off, so it's cool, you know?
All right.
Today's my
The
day
Lord will
off.
forgive you.
Hey, sorry, God.
Hey, then on Sunday you can say today's price is not yesterday's price.
Hey, no cap, prices are going up this weekend, baby.
All the way around.
Prices going up Sunday,
You
yo.
can say I'm working on Sunday, but I'm still blessing him, you know?
Man. But boys, we have the leader and founder of DDI Productions in our house today. Dewzy is in the building.
What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having me, man. Like I told you earlier, this means the world to me for real. My first real podcast I've ever been on.
First ever?
Yes, sir, ever.
Wow.
I
dude.
never make time for them, bro. I really don't. So
That's crazy.
thank you,
Wow, we
you know?
appreciate. We're honored. Then
Hey.
we need to start a wall, like an extra part of the wall, over
Right?
there, get a little signature.
You know how when you go
party.
into Planet Hollywood, there's
Yes.
all like the
Yeah,
pictures of the
memorabilia
actors.
everywhere.
Everyone's got
Yeah,
the signature
exactly.
on
Where
it.
the
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
sign. Yeah.
Wow. But man, no, Dewzy, seriously, thank you for coming on, man. We wanted you on to not only share your story and journey, but help bring ideas, inspiration, and creativity within range of everybody today.
Perfect, man. Then I'll do that.
Let's do it.
He goes, orders received, dude.
Exactly. Say less. Say less. All right, so Dewzy, I think it's only right we start with the name. How did it come about?
Dewzy. It's a crazy story. I was telling someone earlier today too, because they asked me. All right, so grew up in a little trailer park, right, called Francisco Grande, out westbound in the boonies, pretty much,
Okay.
in Casa Grande, Arizona, right?
Casa Grande.
All right.
Got it, all right.
I was about 12 years old. We used to go to the homie's crib. Wrestling was a big thing back then. We're probably about 12 years old, 11 years old, and we'd be on the trampoline wrestling every day after school, you know, doing all the moves, all the Rey Mysterio.
Me and Drew were
Guerrero.
doing that shit. Drew.
You know what I'm saying? So you could relate. You know, we were doing that shit on the trampoline, go to the homie's crib. First time I moved into the neighborhood, you know, we're doing whatever we're doing, and then the homie's mom comes outside. I don't think she told me directly. I can't really remember. It's blurry times, you know what I'm saying? Blurry memory. But I remember the next day, the homie's like, "Hey, yo, my mom said you got a nose like a Hindu, bro." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What does that even mean? Like, Hindu's a religion, you know what I'm saying?" Like, it didn't make
How
sense
old
to
were
me.
you when you thought that?
You said 12.
I was 12 years
12,
old.
you were
yeah,
thought that. Yeah,
'cause-
that's intelligent thought,
Come
dude.
on, bro. Like, you gotta know, you know, like, I'm like, okay, you're trying to say that I look Indian or something, you know, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But that name stuck, you know? And it was always like, man, I didn't like the name because it wasn't my culture. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it's not offensive in any way. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get canceled. I'm just kidding. Nah, but it's not offensive in any way. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, it's not me. And then everybody, he took it to the whole school. This guy was the class clown. Shout out. I ain't gonna say your name, but shout out to you, my man.
Don't give him the shine. Don't give him the shine. Dude. Don't do it.
He told the whole neighborhood, told the whole school. Now my new nickname was Hindu. Everybody knew me as Hindu. But before that, it was crazy because nobody really knew who the fuck I was. You know what I'm saying? And with this, that's Hindu. Everybody knew Hindu. Everybody knew Hindu. That's crazy, right? Hindu. And then that was 8th grade, 7th grade. And then in about 9th grade, I got into football, bro. I never played football in my entire life. My parents never put me in any sports, you know. I never really asked them because it was just, I don't know, like I was telling you earlier, first generation here. My parents straight from Mexico. They ain't never did the sports shit, nothing. All we know is work. Dude, all we know is work.
Football not a cheap sport to get in. And you got pads, helmet, you got everything.
Crazy.
Cleats.
Like, yep, you got and I wasn't prepared, but I'm ready. You know, I'm always ready. You know, even when I was a kid, I was ready, bro. I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. I'm over there. I don't even know how to put the pants on, bro.
Because you got the pads.
Yeah. I'm asking coach, how did I do this? He's like, son, is this your first time playing football or what? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, did you pick a bad time to start? And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm like getting put down, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, whatever. Cool. I gotta go out there now. It's giving me motivation. It's giving me motivation to because that type of stuff doesn't bring me down. You know, if someone's trying to bring me down, no, it boosts me up. Now I'm like, oh, you don't believe in me? Let me show you what the fuck is up, you know? So now I'm the first person in the lines where I was a wide receiver just like you, brother, man.
Okay, yeah.
And I wasn't the best, but I would always be the first one in line. Everybody else was pussy. They didn't want to go. Whatever they, you know.
The Julian Edelman,
and I'm like, you know what? Exactly.
The slot receiver.
It's a little guy, the mighty guy that could.
Exactly, bro. So yeah,
Cole Beasley.
They started seeing that. They were like, oh man, hey Hindu, yeah, all right, hey mate, we're gonna play you next game, bro. All right, bet. Boom. Started making plays. Started making my ways up. Now by junior year, became MVP. After that, bro, literally, bro, MVP? Me, little dude, right? Whatever, but I was doing the most. I was doing the most on the field, and the coaches seen that. And then from there, the crowd, like people knew me, whatever, right? The crowd was, whenever I would make a catch, now it'd be like, I'd make a catch, make the first down, because that was our job. We're in third down, slots, get the ball if we're not running it, right? Boom, make the first down. Hindu, the whole fucking
Hindoozy.
Yeah, that's where they added the doozy. And I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
It's a Hindoozy.
Yeah, Hindoozy. It happened like 3 times. And I remember we were playing against Maricopa. It happened like 3 times. That's where it happened, bro. I was like, okay, bet. Hindu. Now everybody's calling me Hindoozy. And then by senior year, knocked off the HIN. Now I got Doozy, baby. Now I'm the motherfucking Doozy, baby. Dude. And then after that, DewzyDoesIt, baby. You know, that's where it came from, bro. Literally like that, bro.
Drew, so give me something for that. Come on.
Okay, so there's.
I'm drinking to that
one. We got so much to unpack.
Yeah, let's go. Can we?
Let's take.
We're gonna take an intermission, dude. Just
because we're just getting started. I don't want to.
That was, bro. That was the first question.
There you go, brother. Man.
Jared, are you?
So shout out to my homie's mom for giving me the name Hindu.
My Uber home.
Appreciate you, miss, because he gave me the name Hindu for real.
I was gonna say just jokingly, we'll take this here, I guess, but we'll do that. Right, we don't even have the lines. We're just raw.
Shit, we're just raw.
Let me just tell you that right there, boys and girls, is really like the definition of turning lemons into lemonade. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because they were giving me lemons. They were trying to squirt me in my eyes with, you know, trying to like. It felt like it was trying to put me down.
Oh,
you know
of course,
what I'm saying?
Dude. Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into.
You're gonna use it. You use it for motivation.
You got tested. That's the new guy. You got tested.
That's within range.
You said, yeah, okay, Hindu, fine.
Dewzy, that's within range. Shit.
That's within
range.
That's within. That really is within range because we also learned more about one of our favorite artists. It's inspirational when it pans out that way. I love to. Just noticing Hindu is a cool nickname. Somehow on a football team, calling a guy Hindu. That it just hits a little bit different, dude. And the chance for that, that's crazy.
Hindu,
I was thinking about Hindoozy is nuts, dude.
It's different, bro. It's better than just call your regular name. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something the people gave you. So the people really gave me my name, man.
Yeah, I'm picturing the crowd going, Jared. Yeah, I'm just saying it.
That would be Snoop Beastwood. All right, so Dewzy, so all right, because I had football.
Back to business.
You play football at Vista Grande?
Yes, sir. Okay. Vista Grande. Shout out Vista Grande. Shout out my coaches, Carlo Hernandez and John Nacarado. a few others that I didn't name, but those motherfuckers really molded me into the man that I am. You know what I'm saying? Other than my pops, of course. You know, I always seen him do hard ass work. My pops worked like 14 hours a day every day. He's a cowboy. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to those coaches for molding me into really becoming what the fuck I am.
We're just flowing here, man.
Flowing,
We're just having a good
got
time.
to.
Facts, man.
All right,
That's
so
it's about.
but before you got to Casa Grande, you were born in Globe, Arizona.
I was born in Globe, bro.
For the people who've never been to Arizona, never heard of Globe, could you speak on it for a little
Globe is a small ass little town, bro. It's like a little country town, you know. A lot of cowboys. We grew up in the country of that, you know, because it's a little town. It has this little. It's more of a mining town,
Okay.
you know. So it's got everybody that lives in the little tiny town, and they all work at the mine. My pops was a cowboy in the outskirts of Globe. I don't really know the name of it, you know what I'm saying? But it's really just the outskirts. I grew up it was a little crib, and then it was just nothing but acres of just land, and my
Yeah.
dad would take care of cows
Boonies of
and
the
horses, boonies of the boonies. We always lived in the boonies, bro. That's what my pops likes, you know what I'm saying? He likes being out where there's nobody around
Yep.
and no sound and everything, just calm and
The
cool
older
and
I'm
collect.
getting, I'm starting to understand
Oh,
that.
me
You
too,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Hey,
Like,
me too, because
older.
I went back and I visited and I'm like, damn, we used to live out here. I'm like, it's so fucking peaceful, bro.
Dude,
Like,
yes.
compared to living in the city, bro. Oh my god, I would
surprised.
love it, bro. I would love it right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised you couldn't hear the sound of a gong with that resonating in my soul. Because I'm like, the older I get, dude, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, just somewhere where I don't hear one single car, dude.
Facts, bro.
it's
That's the
nice.
sound
Yes.
of me in target practice and my music, dude.
Hell yeah.
Seven shit.
Hell yeah, that'd be amazing, man. That's what we work for, you know. Get a big old crib out in the country, live by ourselves, ain't nobody bother us. Grow our own food, you know. Have our own water supply, all that shit. You
this
know,
man
I ain't
gets it.
I ain't trying to work off I ain't trying to live off nobody else but myself. You know.
Let's
what I'm saying?
go, man.
Hey, I don't want to get into the music tour.
No,
I'm just to say
no.
this, dude. You know, you listen to someone else. That's weird. See how you think that way, man. I
Facts,
love
man.
that.
Hell yeah, man.
Man.
Real talk.
All right, so from Globe to Casa Grande, but I think
from Globe, it was from Globe to Phoenix, actually, bro.
okay,
I moved out
okay.
to Phoenix,
You had so we were in Phoenix before you went
Yeah,
to
I
Casa
lived
Grande.
out there till like I was like 5 years old. So like my first 3 months of kindergarten, I was out there. I didn't know any English, bro. I was lost in school. I didn't know what the fuck was going. And then I'm so used to like beans and rice at the crib, you know, and everything. It was just simple food, good food, you know. Everything was organic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I went into the cafeteria. It's my first time ever seeing milk in a carton and fucking
wow.
shit, fucking
Chicken nugget that's made from thousands of chickens.
The bagels that are all like in the packets. I remember going into the cafeteria and the smell of it, bro, was disgusting. I was like, damn, I don't want to be. It was weird, bro. I wanted to go home the whole time, and then I didn't understand anybody. I didn't understand what the teachers were telling me. It was a weird world for me, bro.
I
I
can't
would,
imagine,
and then
dude.
3 months later, we moved to Phoenix. My dad got a job out here in construction. We moved on Peoria and 9th Ave. Yeah, Peoria 9th
Okay.
Ave, kind of like it's a little hoodish, you know
I was
what
gonna
I'm
say
saying?
I was just gonna say that's adjacent.
Yes,
You know, it's
you know
right
what I'm
there.
saying.
It's
I
on
remember
the
going out
border.
there, and I'm moving from straight country boy, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
where there's
dude.
no
Oh,
sound,
that's Metropolis,
to the
dude.
fucking little hood right there, you know what I'm saying. And I was
Yeah.
people out, and this was like '99, so people are out there gang banging, talking shit, and I'm like, damn. I remember going inside, I'm like, hey mom, they're all there cussing and shit, and she's like, don't fucking mind them, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers were fighting on the street. It was just it was a whole different world, bro. Like it was savage to me, you know. Like I was used to just a real simple life out there, and then I came over here and it just got crazy, and I'm like, all right, I gotta adjust, you know what I'm saying? And then lived out there for 3 years in Peoria, and then we moved out to Casa Grande finally when I was like 8 years old, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we got to go into DDI. I think it's only right we talk about DDI Productions. It's your business. It's what you stand on. We've had members of DDI on our show, and now we got the leader of DDI on our show today. We just want to know about, like, you know, as long or as short as you want to keep it, but the foundation, the start, how it came about.
The foundation of this, okay.
This is Genesis. You might have to sit back for this one.
Yeah, because DDI, it's way before it was even DDI, you know, like this was, let's say, while I was playing football, I was thinking of another outlet because at this point, coaches are telling me, you know, you gotta work harder, you gotta get bigger, you gotta get faster if you want to go play college, you know, because my first 2-3 years of playing, or my last 3 years of playing it, that was my goal, to go play college ball. But by the end of my senior year, I didn't genetics weren't on my side and shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to be as big as I needed to be for that league or whatever, or for the college ball. So I was like, I got to look for new outlets, and started making music like in 2009, 2010, working out the closets. You know what I'm saying? You know how it goes.
Yeah.
You got the microphone, you got the closet, you got a little bit of the egg cartons.
I was just about to say the egg cartons.
And then we had Audacity. Shout out to the boys from way back then.
Was that No Class Millionaires?
It wasn't No Class Millionaires yet. This was called Lyrical Cocaine, bro.
Lyrical Cocaine.
Because it was lyrical cocaine that we was spitting. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Shout out the boys. Shout out my boy Daniel Lara is the only one I'm gonna shout out. Shout out you all, and shout out Keflon the Don, man, and shout out Rick too. All right. These are people that I used to work with. These are people that I grew up with. And yeah, we were making music in the trailer parks out there, bro. We didn't have nothing to do. After we went to practice, we went over there, made music. And I didn't engineer or anything. I was brand new to it. I remember the first time I ever got on the mic, I was probably like 15 years old, 16 years old. They're like, all right, let's spit. And I was always freestyling. I was always influenced by artists like Jay-Z, Eminem, all that motherfuckers that would Lil Wayne freestyling shit. You know what I'm saying? Like real lyrical gods. So I'm like, all right, let me get on the mic. I'm spitting. Like, bro, your voice sounds like it got auto-tune already. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, all right, babe, so you like it? Because I didn't like my voice. I feel like nobody likes their voice when they first hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that, you know what I'm saying? But you got to like your voice, bro. Like, you got to hone it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to become something in this, you gotta hone your voice. Literally. And that goes actually for life. That's a life lesson right there. You got to hone your voice. You got to know who the fuck you are. You got to be proud of it. Don't be embarrassed. You hear yourself like, oh, I don't like how I sound or whatever, right? But anyways, all right, cool. Back to the point. Boom, started making music there. We started learning FL. My boy's doing all the engineering, but I'm watching him. I see all the little EQs. I see all the frequencies going through the EQs, and I'm like, damn, this looks nice. Like, I would love to learn that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what he was doing either, but we were making it happen. So like 2 years later, after doing that, then we started a new group. We expanded with more people from Casa Grande, and it became the Raw Ones Music Group. Raw Ones Music Group was formed in 2012. Yes, this was the end of my senior year. This is where I'm taking it more serious. Now we're recording all the time. We don't really have original beats. We don't have a beat maker or anything, and we're just working off YouTube beats. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting done what we can. And then after a while, they start getting less interested. After like 2-3 years, they're like, oh, it's not going anywhere. And I'm like, I feel you, but it's not going to blow up over. Motherfuckers, everybody that comes into the music game, and some people do it, they think it's going to go and blow up overnight. Nah, this takes years of dedication. Even the people that you've seen blown up overnight, nah, that they prepared for that. It's not luck. Like, luck is preparation and then being at the right place at the right time. That's luck right there. You know what I'm saying? So they're prepared. People that are blowing up overnight, they're prepared. So you got to be prepared. You can't just expect to blow overnight like that, right? So they drifted away. Nice. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? They drifted away, and then me, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go to school for this because over there in Casa Grande or that district, if you pass high school, if you graduate high school with a C point or a C average in your GPA, you can go to school for free for 2 years. So I'm like, what the fuck? That's
crazy.
And there was a bunch of motherfuckers that didn't do it.
What?
I'm like, what the fuck? That I was probably like it was only 20% out of the whole fucking like people that actually got that, bro. You know what I'm saying? The whole time in my head, I'm thinking
that's the game over.
The whole time, as soon as they told me that in 8th grade, I'm like, oh, I'm going to school for free. I'm going to school for free, bro.
Smart,
Let's get it, bro. Like, even then, I was thinking, I'm not the smartest motherfucker in the world, but I might be stupid, but I ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying?
See, hold on. People always talk about glass half full, glass half empty. People, no, fuck that. That people that look at that opportunity and are like, oh, that sounds interesting.
Facts.
And then there's the people that are like, how would I'd be a fool to miss out.
Yeah, how am I not?
That's
the
mentality.
Free? What the fuck?
And real quick, I just want to say, like, for you to recognize that at that young of an age
crazy.
too.
Hell yeah, bro. I'm a first. What is it? The firstborn
First
or whatever?
generation.
First
First
generation.
US.
I'm the firstborn out of the family. I'm the biggest, oldest brother. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta lead the way. That's always my.
You gotta be the one.
I gotta be the one, bro. What the fuck? Who else is it gonna be? I can't leave it to nobody else. You can't have another man do your job. You know what I'm saying? All right. For real.
With it, right?
Yo, okay, look, and then boom. So we did the Raw Ones Music Group. People broke off. Nobody else took the music serious except my man's Keflon the Don. That boy just worked with Blueface, I think.
Oh, no
that
shit.
Boy, hey, shout out Keflon the Don, man. You know I got love for you, Brody, especially for putting in work and actually sticking to this, just like how I did, because this is how it's supposed to be from the beginning, man. So shout out Keflon the Don, bro.
Shout him out.
Anyways, all right, so back we broke off. I started going to school. I'm like, damn, what am I gonna go to school for? Cause I had it 2 years for free. So I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? I don't even know what I'm like. Should I go for business? I went for business for like a month, and I was bored with it just because I wasn't looking at the. If I was doing it now, bro,
Trust
oh my
me,
god,
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
it
but
took me a minute to get into it when I was taking
18 years
classes.
old,
Yeah.
fresh out of high school. My focus was somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't try so hard in high school, but like I got away with things in high school that you couldn't get away with in college, and I was still trying to do that, and ended up bringing my GPA down, all this other bullshit,
I know that life.
and they ended up kicking me out of the fucking school. You know, they I don't know what it was called. It was like they kicked me out for like a whole year where I wasn't able to come back to the school. So I'm like, fuck that shit. You know,
Academic probation.
yeah,
or something.
It's a little cool down.
academic probation, all that
Yeah,
shit. So they
yeah,
kicked my ass out, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta find a way to get this certificate. It meant something to me, you know. And it's crazy because there's a lot of people, engineers too, or producers that never go to school for it, you know. But I just know it meant something, you know. I'm like, if I can get that knowledge, bro, and mix it with the stuff that I already know, it's gonna like double for me, you know. And so yeah, I just decided to go ahead and go into engineering, and I
Went to Crass, right?
I went to Crass after that. Yeah, after I got kicked out of the other school, I went to Crass, and I was fasting right there. Boom, I passed with a fucking almost an A fucking average GPA or whatever.
you
You know what I'm
knew,
saying?
like,
Because it
this
was
is-
really just about the music engineering, instead of like, oh, you got to go to math class, you got to go to English class, you got to go to art history and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like we just straight up went to learn the DAWs, learn everything. So shout out to Crass, a very good school. If you guys want to go ahead. Costs a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but it's worth your buck, all right, for sure. And then after that, boom, moved out to well, I came out to Mesa, right, because that's where the school was at, and it's in Gilbert. So I moved in with a few classmates that were eventually my roommates.
Nice.
And that was the first time you really getting out of the crib. You know, I was probably like 19, maybe. You know, got out the crib, maybe I was 20, and then lived there. And then once we went to school there for about 11 months, then you get to do your internship. Yep.
Yeah.
So I went out to Ventura,
California.
wow.
California, baby. Yes, sir. And I went out there. My uncle actually had a studio out there. You know, I didn't know he had a studio until I started going to school. And he's like, "Hey, bro, you can come intern here over if you want." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how do you say no to that?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Boom, I could chill with him. He said, "Hey, I got a place where you can stay right here." You know, I was like, "Let's get it." Then boom, I got a job out there. Yeah, as soon as I got out there, I got a job. I just went out there like not knowing nothing. I didn't have no plan, nothing except that there's a studio out there. My uncle might have my back, but I'm not betting on it. So I got to find a job. First fucking few days, I'm working as a temp and shit, and I got a job. It was cool, you know. And then
Gets it.
yeah, bro, I ended up coming back after like a year, and then I went back after a month because I'm like, there's nothing out here. So this time I move out to Long Beach. I move out to
The
Long
LBC.
Beach.
Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
LBC. I love that place.
The west side out there, baby. Where all the, what do they call them? I can't think of the name, what they call the Mexicans out there. But that's where we were at, though. But anyways, so I'm living out there with Cursive Z now. Shout out Cursive Z.
Yeah, we know about Cursive
He's
Z.
an amazing producer. He does all types of shit. Reggaeton, Spanish music, hip hop.
Pretty's had some dope ass fucking tracks.
Bro,
with him.
oh yeah, we got some beats from him too. Yeah, bro is y'all need a good engineer in LA and a good producer. Go fuck with my man's Cursive Z. All right, that's my boy, that's my brother. I've lived with them, all that. You know what I'm saying? He let me stay out there for a little bit. I started working at another studio called In Flight Studio. And bro, when I got there, the first thing they did, because at my uncle's studio, it was cool. You know, I got to learn what he knew and stuff. And then he learned a little bit off me too, because he never went to school for it. He went to school for it now, but then he hadn't gone for. So we were learning off each other. You know, I was learning the business side. He was learning more technical stuff from me. And it was cool. It was a cool little, you know, back and forth with us. And then I ended up moving with bro. And then when I was working with bro, I went to In Flight Studios. And In Flight Studios was a really big studio, you know. When I got in there, they were like, yeah, man, we're going to have you clean this board as an internship. And I had to open up the SSL board. SSL board is the big old boards that they have at the freaking big studios, like the Salt Mine and stuff like that. The big old boards. I had to open that up, and they're like, you got to clean this, bro. You got to clean everything, and then later on, we'll get to teach you some other stuff. So it was me and three other people. One guy was from France. One guy was from L.A., a native from L.A. We're out there in L.A., Long Beach, whatever. I'm cleaning. I'm opening up the board, bro. And then I start seeing, you know, back in the day, they used to put the tape on the
masking tape.
Yep.
Masking tape.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
the
Yep.
console
that's how
tape.
they label shit.
Yeah. So I'm opening it, and then it says Chronic 1999, right? And I'm like, okay. So I asked, bro, hey, where'd this board come from, bro? He's like, bro, the engineer in here just bought it for $1 million off of Slim Shady. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? He's like, I'm like, for real? Because, I mean, growing up, Eminem was one of the GOATs for me, you know?
If you were, it just doesn't matter where you were coming from.
Yeah.
90s hip hop, like late
doesn't
90s,
matter,
early
bro.
2000s. It
You
was
were gonna
Eminem.
hear it, yeah.
It was Eminem.
100%.
It was Eminem.
Hey,
That was it.
crazy thing, you know, because I never spoke English like that. And hip hop is what taught me a lot of English, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
English.
lie. You know what I'm saying? And the first artist that I ever heard that was a rapper that in English, the first English, because before I was just listening to Mexican music, you know, norteña. And shout out Peso Pluma, man. That fool's doing it right now for the norteña. And shit. If y'all know who it is, that boy going up right now. But anyways, I would just listen. I listened to, my cousin gave me a CD of the Marshall Mathers LP. The first time I ever listened.
That's the one.
I didn't know Eminem was white. I thought Eminem was Dr. Dre the whole time, bro. My little naive ass. Until I seen a music video when I moved to Casa Grande, because we literally moved into this little, we lived in trailer parks, but we lived in an RV that was in the property of my aunt who had a trailer. So we were in this little tiny one room, probably as big as this. You know what I'm saying? Like a little RV, like me, my mom, my dad, and my little brother. And we were there for like 3 months. But I remember that's when I first got introduced to hip hop. You know, and then, but back to my point though. We got to the SSL, right? We were cleaning the SSL, and bro's like, yeah, man, Slim Shady just got it he had it from Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre gave it to him for his birthday back in 2002. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm touching stuff by Slim Shady. I'm touching stuff by Dr. Dre. He's like, yeah. And Dr. Dre got it from an auction from Michael Jackson, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, in my head is like, damn, like I'm making it, you know, I'm here. I'm touching the gear that my idols fucking touched and worked with, bro. I'm here. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. And then after I cleaned all the boards, got everything done, they're like, all right, bro, thanks for helping us, but we're going to hire the other guy, right? And I'm like, damn. And that's when I had to come back to Arizona, man.
Damn.
Came back to Arizona, had to start working at a little job out here in a warehouse. And then I literally, after being like 2 months there, bro, I already had my certificate and everything, and the job was cool, whatever, but it wasn't for me.
It's a warehouse in Arizona.
Yeah,
say
exactly,
less.
bro.
Say less.
Yeah.
It's a warehouse. There's no air conditioning on God's green earth that makes that fucking okay. It's not.
Nope, exactly, bro. So old cat comes up to me, older cat. He's like, hey, man, why don't you go to school for something? And I'm like, bro, I already went to school. He's like, what'd you do? What'd you go for? I was like, audio engineering. He's like, what are you doing here, bro? And I'm like, you're fucking the next day, bro, I swear to God, bro, the next day I quit. I came in here, some guy told me something that I didn't like. Hey, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. But there's so many ways of doing one
Your
job.
office space came in a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh.
Fuck off, dude. I'm done.
I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna go on break or anything. I'm just gonna clock out. You know, I'm just gonna clock out and I'm gonna leave, and I'm not gonna say anything to anybody because they're gonna try to stop me and say, "Oh, bro, like, please, like, we'll give you this and that." Like,
we'll give
no,
you an extra
like,
25 cents an hour.
I'm leaving, and this ain't for me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave this in God's hands. Allah, whatever you believe in, I'm gonna leave it in your hands because this is my sacrifice. I'm sacrificing my job and what's my income, and then this is my sacrifice that I'm giving to you. Whatever you are, right there.
Fuck
Allah,
you. I'm out.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. Literally like that. I walked out. They called me. Hey, if you come back right now, you can still blah blah. I'm like, no. I walked out for a reason. I told him. You know.
Yeah.
Boom. Walked out. I'm looking on the internet that same night for audio engineers that are getting hired, and I found a little studio out here where I was working at for like 2 years. I worked over there with bro, and it was a cool little way to tap into the culture, you know what I'm saying? Because I had never really been too tapped in with the culture out here, but that gave me an eye-opener because bro worked with a lot of people, and they're like, yeah, man, he's a cool engineer. I came in, and all I had to do was show them my work, and motherfuckers stuck with me, you know what I'm saying? Wow. And then after that, I'm like, you know what? I wanna expand, you know, as an entrepreneur, you know, I don't really want to be working. I wasn't working under anybody else, you know, but it was like, I could do this myself. I saved up enough money to where I can have my own studio and grab this own equipment. Like, wow. I was putting people on to what equipment they should get, the right stuff, you know, because we were working with just stock plugins, stock everything, you know. So I'm like, oh, let's get these speakers, let's get these plugins, let's get these blah, 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 let's get this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm like, wait, I could be doing this for myself. You
am
know
I
what I'm
telling
saying?
these guys this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
giving
but
them the
but
sauce.
yeah, but it's okay, you know, because that's what it's about. Because now,
Just paying your dues.
yeah, exactly, bro. That's
Paying your
exactly
dues,
you
dude.
get
You
paying your
got to.
dues, bro. Exactly,
Eat
you
a
know.
little shit.
Yep, exactly. You know,
Then
but
you don't have to eat that
exactly.
anymore.
Now I can do it all for myself, you know. And that's
Exactly.
how I became DDI Productions, bro. I used to work for somebody else or work with somebody else, but then I extended out and I did my own thing, bro.
Let's go,
And
bro.
people would tell me, I would always tell people, I mean, that was my goal from the beginning, you know, and I would tell people like, hey, man, I'm going to start my own blah, blah, blah. And they'd be like, oh, some people would be like, damn, bro, that's a whole different asset. I don't know if you could do it, bro,
Well,
blah,
those
blah.
are we call those glass half empty people.
Yep,
You
and
don't
then-
talk to those
Yep,
people.
and then
It's a naysayer.
exactly, bro.
We don't
yep.
do that.
And I've dealt with those kinds of people my entire life, bro.
They're
So
always
I-
around.
So I know
Those are
how
always
American,
around.
Americans.
yeah, Americans are not
You are
Americans.
very much an American.
Mexican American, for
Hey,
sure.
go ahead, real quick. I feel like Drew's got to have a question brewing
Go
up
ahead,
in there
Drew. My
somewhere.
fault, Drew. I be
No,
talking
no,
too
no,
much,
no.
man.
Just
No,
because again,
love
the
it.
engineer connection. Like,
Yes,
I
yes,
know
yes.
my cousin, man. I know he's ready for
Go
something.
ahead, talk to me, Drew. Damn, for sure. You know how they say you got to put your 10,000 hours to be master.
We
whatever.
talked about that in this podcast.
I feel like I definitely put 10,000 hours under my belt.
From Crass to basically when you
From
started DDI.
Crass, which was in 2016.
We'll do the math.
Yeah,
So let's
this is-
say 2.5 minute average a song, 10,000 hours. Now that's a lot.
Don't go doing the math now because it might not be right. But yeah, I definitely put in a lot of hours, bro. Like you never master the craft. You can master the craft, but you learn every single day something new, bro. Like I just learned something yesterday. And then last week I'm learning something else.
I feel like I learned stuff like by the hour sometimes.
bro, sometimes by the minute,
Well,
man.
what's interesting for that one is like music. Obviously, music's always changing. To an extent, though, music theory and music itself, like the structure of it, the basis of it, stays the same. But what's interesting about music is that it's also at the juncture of technology, and technology's increases at an exponential rate.
Yep.
And so,
Gotta be careful with that.
because of
AI,
the
yo.
technological advances, that's changing what you can do from a musical perspective, and it's a cool place to be because it's always going to change. Like you're saying, you can master it, but then all that mastering means is that then you have to just get the inflow of new stuff under your
exactly.
belt.
Yep.
That's it, though.
Real
it's still a
talk.
job, though.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly,
it's cool.
man.
I was
I'm
gonna
glad
say,
you understand that too.
hey,
bro.
no,
That's so
I
dope.
get it, man. I know.
And me
So I
too,
work
Jared.
in my company. We work in tech, and it's like I've realized that there's always a change coming. You
Facts,
just gotta
always,
be,
bro. Yep.
you gotta be ready. But I was gonna laugh too because I don't know if you guys remember the movie Like Mike.
Of
Remember
course,
that?
Low Bow Wow.
Classic, right,
Yeah,
dude?
yeah.
All I can picture
Dude.
with you cleaning the board there, dude, is a little Like Mike moment, dude. You just left the
Soaking
studio,
up the
dude.
energy.
Yeah, a little Bow Wow showed up in the back. All of a sudden, he's Dr. Dre, dude. I'm telling you, like Dre, dude. It's a little independent film.